Alright, ladies and gents, boys and girls, hope you're all doing well. Welcome on one and all. Welcome to yet another edition of the London session. Without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road. As always, good morning, good afternoon, very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Mention welcome to another edition of London session. Looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the gold. Been a good week. Just took a buy not long ago, stopped out at break even, but nonetheless we will see what we can come up with moving forward into today's session. Let's have a good one, team. You guys know the drill. Without further ado, if you could make sure YouTube smash that like button. Please don't forget to hit that like button for me. TikTok, smash that little screen for me. Let's get the masses onto the stream. Any charts, any questions, anything you'd like me to go over, feel free to pop those into the chat and I'll get to those, well, you guys, shortly. So looking at the gold, let's start with the news. In fact, let's have a look at the news. There was obviously some very high impact news overnight my time, which appeared to be more to the downside here for the US dollar. So off the back of that, I don't think gold's done all that much. The majors, I'm not too sure. I haven't really had much of a look at it, to be honest. We've had some high impact news for both the Aussie dollar and the NZ dollar throughout the day. Otherwise, moving forward, a big one. No, that was yesterday. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. I'm focused on yesterday. Anyway, to today, nothing big for the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar retail sales. Moving forward, though, into our session, nothing scheduled in regards to anything of high impact. And in fact, it is US bank holiday. It is too. Forgot about that. Thanksgiving. So is there going to be much volume about today? Who knows, to be honest. So we're going to have to be extra careful with the fact that we know it's not the highest volume session of the Forex sessions. London technically is, but the session that tends to give a lot of, impulsive moves is obviously the NY session, because of the back of normally high news events being scheduled around that time of day, obviously out of the US. And also the Asian session, I believe, moves better than the London session as well for gold. So anyway, we'll see what we can come up with moving forward. Let's have a look at proceedings and start on that weekly time frame. Once again, still hovering above that previous weekly candle. For those of you who joined at the beginning of the week know how I felt about price breaking a high, and if it was to break the high, what the probabilities were that this candle would eventually would continue bullish and eventually close above the high of that bearish candle. Quite a high chance it would do that. Onto the daily time frame here, and what we can see is almost another daily interruption entry just there, just not quite strong enough closure above. Otherwise I would have been looking for a limit order buy just there. Previous daily closed bullish engulfing, current candle inside bar candle. You guys still there? Had a really weird buzzing noise. I think you are. It seems okay now. Apologies, guys. Anyway, so I'm going to mark in that previous daily candle's high. I'm also going to mark in the current daily candle's low. And I want to see what we got either side of those two levels as we move on down to the 4-hour time frame. And 4-hour, very choppy at the minute, just consolidating, no direction whatsoever on the 4-hour. Makes it quite difficult. What we can see is we've basically tapped into the support, which is at the low of the day. We're also going to mark in the most recent resistance, which is just there. Either side of it, I mean, yeah, they do look pretty clean. To the downside, not much margin though. To the upside, does look clean in the 4-hour. For price to potentially come all the way back up to 4,200 and a little bit beyond. Now let's make our way down to the 15-minute time frame. Just quickly, the 4-hour actually was technically still bullish in structure. So we've got the daily back off the back of the previous daily bullish, got the weekly forming strong bullish, got the 4-hour bullish, and the 15-minute structure to me is technically bearish and will remain bearish until back above the highs, really, to be honest. It is, the way I see it, in a downtrend on the 15. Just adjust this zone ever so slightly. Speaking of, got some news on that. I'll mention that. I'll talk about that shortly. But what we've just done recently is, so I took a buy just here. Had about 10 pips on the table and I got to break even and then came back down and stopped me out. So it was well managed. But what I can see is which once again formed a resistance within the move to the downside within the current daily candle. So if price was to continue to the downside, then there isn't necessarily much of a need for it to pop above that point, close above it. And if it does so and begins to pull away, that point there, I believe is a high probability we will come back up to retest the Asian range high. So at the back of that, I would look for a potential buy option. Buys above that point there. Now what I'm also liking is that we are in fact potentially forming support at a previous little bit of a resistance here to the left. So once that is confirmed, I will mark in a zone just here, and that could almost give us a potential entry point to the downside as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, further options, guys, if price does eventually come back down to claim the Asian session lows, only to pop back above it, then I would definitely be interested in looking for a potential option to take a buy from back at the 4-hour support. So the Asian range low lines up with a 4-hour level of support. So I'd definitely be interested in looking for a buy option from that point there. But once again, if we do reject, then I'm going to be looking for potential sells from the current level or potential sells from a little bit higher up. So once again, if we did pop up to the Asian range high, even if we were to break it, only to pull back within it, then I'd once again be looking for some sort of price action catalyst for potential option on a sell to take it back down. So that is currently what I'm seeing here on the gold for today. If price moves out of this 4-hour range, we'll reassess and come up with another idea. But for the time being, that is pretty much what I'm looking at, guys. So hopefully it makes sense. Pretty simple one to follow. Make sure, once again, if it did, hit like button. Even if it didn't, hit like button. TikTok, smash that screen for me. That is the goal, guys. So we need to wait at this rate 8 minutes to see how this candle closes. If we do close above, I will be looking for a buy. If we reject, just depends how strong this candle closes. We could look for a potential sell moving forward. So we've got just under 8 minutes. Let's quickly look at GJ chart. I sent into the members group earlier. That zone is now invalid, so I just remove it. And now we're just trading within 30-minute support and 4-hour resistance. It is very bullish. Other than the 15-minute time frame, you got the weekly. Not going to create that low wick by the looks of things. You guys know how I feel about that. You got the daily, strong bullish closure on the previous daily. Oh, could be a cheeky little cluster interruption entry here. So it's another different type of IC entry that, you know, you always hear me talk about IC entry. Not to be mistaken with A.C.T. Just get that right, guys. You often hear me talk about it. This is what we call a cluster IC. Interesting. I'd actually like that, to be honest, if I was trading GJ on the daily. Potential buy limits at 206 flat. Look at that. Lines up with the psychological round number as well. Stop loss below the low. So you're looking at 100 pip stop, but you got a wider target, smaller lot size, so on and so forth. 4-hour structure is also very bullish here. It's in a big strong uptrend. The yen is absolutely shitting the bed against all currencies. So I'd be preferencing buys, but with the 15-minute structure being bearish, there could be some potential sell options along the way as well. But I would rather that below the current daily candles low. So let it sweep the Asian range low, pop back up, retest, pull away. There's a potential sell. Otherwise, I'd just be looking for pullback buys or buys above the high upon continuation. That is GJ. Have not marked up GU. We can have a look at it shortly, but let's keep an eye on the gold. And some news, guys. I have some news. For the people who have been requesting how I mark up my zones, a video on how I mark up my zones, it is complete and it is scheduled for release today. So 8 o'clock my time. For my members, it's up now. For the YouTube members, it's actually up now. Yeah, so I did all that today. So hopefully that will answer a few questions for those who always ask me, how do I mark up my charts? That will be released on YouTube. It will be released on TikTok perhaps tomorrow. All right, guys on TikTok, if you want to watch it, jump across to, but make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and you can view it on there first. If not, just wait until likely tomorrow. I will be releasing a short fragrance review a reel on TikTok later. Those who, as you know, I am fragrance enthusiast. If those who are also, you might want to watch this one. Anyway, guys, let's have a look. Who have we got in the chat today? Tony Gold, good day to you. Let's go. Yep, Zara Trader, full port Thursday. Not sure about that, my friend, but we'll see how we go. Byron, good day to you again. Welcome. Hope you're well. KWS Multimedia, as always. Hope you're well, brother. Jay's Setter, afternoon to you. Tony Gold, 2 questions. Yep, go for it. Kellen, Carl, I hit that like button because I value insight and gold. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bartman, thank you as always. Tony Gold's Thanksgiving celebrate where? No, it's not. Nah. Answer the other question. Okay. Yeah, it's not celebrated here in Oz. Isn't it just the US holiday? That's what I always thought. Carl, good morning to you, my friend, and Sebastian, Lawsy, the two of the 3 YouTube members. Appreciate you guys. Hope you're all doing well. KWS Multimedia, Justin, please, I want to learn. You mean want to learn something on the trade we took yesterday very early on the stream. How did you enter the trade? Please use the 1 hour candle. 1 a.m. Ghana time. To be honest, mate, Ghana time. No idea what that is. Yesterday's trade. Yesterday's trade was right at the beginning of the stream. Here, it was the interruption entry. Just rewatch the stream, mate. It's the easiest way to go about. It's the interruption entry. So sell stop at the, sorry, sell limit at low of that bullish candle. That's the pause. So we've had impulse, pause, continuation, sell limit. Simple breakdown of that entry. 3 minutes, guys. We need a closure above, and similar to what has been happening on the regular, long. This candle has a long body, so it's got a lot of volume within it. So stop loss is an issue. So it'll likely come down to, well, first of all, we need to close above this resistance. Second of all, we need a decent low wick. I would preference it tapping into around the low of the zone, potentially just into range below, and as it rejects, begins to break above the catalyst high, it could be the potential buy option. Otherwise, you're looking about 67 to 68, close to 70 pip stop. It's probably not ideal. So we'll wait and see. TikTok, welcome to all of you as well. Let me quickly look through the chat. Thank you to the 7 new followers. Zalev, should we go for sell with stop loss at the top of the liquidity? Up to you, my friend. I'm not looking at sell at the minute. Do you think trading with the first 4 hour daily is a good strategy? Never tried it, to be honest. I mean, I have traded Asian session, obviously. Good time of day for me. Nothing wrong with it, I suppose. I wouldn't trade the first day of the week though. First few candles, I don't believe it's the best thing to do, but that's just me personally. So should we go for a yeah, read that. Yeah, you don't need to keep seeing the message, mate. I've read it. Can you summarize your predictions? I have obviously just done that. Less than 33. Welcome to you. Nev, let me join. What is your analysis on gold? Just been over it, Alex. You'll show me liquidity? All good, mate. I don't need you to show me liquidity. Dank, you live on, you live on other platforms? Yes, I am. On YouTube. 1 minute remain, guys. It has to close above. Let's use the fib as well. Closes below 0.382. There could be an impulse sell. This is being fluid in the markets, guys. Using price action catalyst. Because we've tapped into a level here to the left and rejecting. So if we close back weak bearish, that would suggest we'll grab upside liquidity in order to potentially come all the way back down towards the current daily low. It doesn't look like it's going to do it. It doesn't look like it's going to close above at the minute. So again, it may require a little bit more patience. Look, personally, do keep an eye on XAUUSD to help develop. Not when it comes to gold, no. Again, those who watch me regular know exactly how I feel about silver. I love it. It is my favorite of the metals. Let's keep an eye on gold here. It's definitely not going to close below that level for a sell. Not quite closed engulfing. What I want to see here is price pop straight up. Claim the high is not doing that. All right, forget it. Once it pops straight up, break the high, pop back down, create a low wicket, and break its own high again. Kind of a nothing closure there. It's not a bad close. It is also a liquidity candle. Broke low, eventually came back up to break the high. Close strong bullish. Not ideal. Let's look at a 5 minutes. Is there any other confluences we could gather? Nah, not really. I think the 5 you would want at least a strong closure above, and it could make the move, and that is to be the case. To my team as well, I will send you guys a link. Join if you wish. Okay, double S multimedia. All good, mate. Loyalty took the Black Friday sale and joined. Oh, yeah, nice one. So you were, yep. Beautiful. Welcome to the team. Yeah, I had a feeling it was the same profile, same person. So welcome. All right, let's keep a bit of an eye on the 5 minute here. We can get a 5 minute closure above. Would be enough. Because we still had a catalyst on the 15. Not quite the one I wanted to see, so it's not engulfing that bearish candle high. But nonetheless, it's still a strong bullish candle. So now this is when we can potentially go down to the 5 minute and look to see if we can gather other confluences to give us a good, strong enough confirmation that we could be ready to continue to the upside here. What I do like about it is that we've tapped into, as I mentioned, as this candle was forming, previous M15, this new candle's tapped into the low of this zone, so it's pretty much pulled back to the range below. And if it rejects and closes bullish engulfing, that would give me pretty strong reason to look for a buy. Lawsy, not a problem at all. Still left at the minute, nothing. Closer to a buy, but not just yet. Someone's fishing for a signal. What confirmations? Well, I mentioned it before. I wanted first all this candle to close bullish engulfing. Didn't do that. Otherwise, I want to see the 5 minute close bullish engulfing this bearish candle. Doesn't look like we're going to do that. So the minute if we reject, then I'll be looking for, I can mark in support here now. Potential sells below that point. I need a closure. So I can now mark that in as a potential level of interest to the downside. We've just established a new floor at a previous ceiling here to the left. So if we begin to close back below the floor, likely heading back down to the next level back below again. So that is what I'd be looking at. Wow, look at this rejection. This 5 minute candle's closing back bullish, but still not quite where it once closed in May, actually. 20 seconds remaining, guys, of this M5. This suggests we perhaps grab some more liquidity from within the range below to head back bullish. It's not quite going to close strong enough though, so we're still closing back bearish in the end. Nothing at the minute. Wow. Hope some of my guys may have taken 30-minute interruption just there. Right. All good. Jesus, Bitcoin. I've not even noticed it. I've had the charts up most of the day. I've been doing work, editing, uploading. I haven't even noticed Bitcoin's back over 90k. What's going on here? Did I sell? No trades. All right, let's have a look at the 1 hour. All right, it's a strong bullish engulfing too. Back in the 1 hour, the 1 hour looks really good. 1 hour, you got a really strong catalyst. So again, I probably want to see a 5-minute closure up at the high here. Consider it. And that would be more off the back of the strength of the 1 hour, trusting the 5-minute closure back above, and at that point the hourly is going to have a high low high high to the previous candle. But the reality is it could just rip if it breaks above, but I just want that little added extra confirmation. Reason being because the 1 hour is not my preference normally. It's not the time frame I generally would look at to enter, but if the catalyst is present on the 1 hour, it's a stronger confirmation than the 30. It's a stronger confirmation than the 15 and the 5. So it's not like we can't use it. You've even got a potential valid interruption entry on the 1 hour here. The issue with this one, stop loss is way too big, so I'm not even going to consider it. Stop loss is huge. Guys on YouTube, if you could, while I've got the numbers up a little bit, if you could just quickly take a second out of your time to hit that like button, be greatly appreciated. Had a very entertaining session with the team last night. Went for about an hour and 15, hour and a half roughly. Did some sim work, obviously Forextester. Yeah, anyone's interested, let me know. I've got a special promo code for anyone. And also had a good chat. We also did a bit of education as well, but it was thoroughly enjoyed. So once again, speaking of, there is the Black Friday special for the VIP, 20% off lifetime of your membership, which brings it down to 24 US dollars a month, or all that's included. I think it's pretty good value. Of course, makeover is in process as well. You can buy or sell nothing in a minute. Brandon, why don't you trade NQ? It's setting up for another PO3. Why? Why should I? Many pairs charts will be setting up a potential entry, but I stick to one pair, stick to gold because I like it. I've got an understanding of it. Why don't I need to keep flicking to look to find a position on another pair when gold provides for me? There's nothing wrong with trading multiple pairs, but I prefer just to focus on gold. There's nothing wrong with it. I just, again, prefer to focus on gold. I personally wouldn't trade at this time of day as well. Success life. It's crazy now. Gold was expecting a sell. Have no expectations. That's what I would suggest. All right, guys. So now if this candle closes weak bearish, that once again will give us a potential signal. Now I would like for it to close almost a doji candle. And that would be also enough to suggest that we could be ready to continue to the upside. So we would have rejected this little area back below. And if we do also close bullish back above on a 15, it would, similar to a weak bearish closure, would also suggest we've grabbed downside liquidity in order to potentially make the move up. So still could be an option in just under 3.5 minutes, guys. We just need to wait and see. I don't know what's the reason does it have, but I don't know. I don't trade MQ. I've just never bothered with it, mate. That's why. Again, I don't need to. Trade gold, I'm happy with it. I'm not interested in trading anything else. It may have better moves, I'm not sure. During MY it goes crazy, I know that for sure. Coach someone who focuses on that, but I just choose not to trade it. It's not in session. Gold is always in session. There's no particular reason, I just don't want to trade it. I don't need to trade everything. So you call it buy from 45 to 57, support was around 46, 47 earlier. I'm done for the day. Good work, mate. Well done. Lachlan, thank you for the sticker. Herbert, got a buy from 50, waiting to see if it pushes past 60 level or rejection down. Yeah, I mean, got it buying at 50, you're in some pretty decent profit. Just don't give it all back. Brandon, so I put it to you, why do you not trade gold? You put the question into me, why I don't trade in Q? That's what I mean, man. It's just preference. Fiat shite. Today, Thanksgiving, does it mean USA session? No USA session. Well, I mean, charts are still open, but London is still in session. But yes, the banks are closed, so could be a lack of liquidity. Ooh, look at that. All right, it could be buys, guys. Not just yet. We need to wait just over a minute. Now, so what I'm looking at is the highest point of this bullish candle on my broker's chart. And that level is 415964. So about 415995 is a potential entry point. It's creating a higher high just now. Wow. This could be a really quick one, guys. Stop loss again may be the issue here. It's already stretched out to more than 50 pips by the looks of it. Yeah, so the entry is going to be scaled up to, at the moment on my broker, 516010 roughly. All right, need a lower wick, and that's going to give us a way to manage this trade. Without it, it's going to be very difficult to manage it. It's going to be a big stop. Not that big actually. It's 46 pips, which is for gold. Oh man, and just as we speak, it's creating a higher high. Have to be quick, guys. It needs to leave an upper wick. Without an upper wick, no entry. No entry. Gold playing tricks on us at the minute. No entry, no upper wick, no entry. Fine tune is like, honestly, I always put it out there, I always say it's like those old tube TVs when you're trying to fine tune to the point where you skip past the static, but if you go press that button for a little bit too long, you've missed out. It's so hard to get it perfect again. I remember back in those days, 25, 30 years ago, honestly. That's what it was like just then on gold. And at the end, no wick. So no entry without the wick. Simple rule. We'll go now, but again, I'm just following my rules, so there is no entry. My broker has no entry, no upper wick as well. Lachlan, again, thank you for the stickers. I think 600 4 hour, no low wick. Let's go on here. It depends on what broker you're using because they're set at different times. It's me, Peanut. Thank you for the stickers. Appreciate it. I love to scream. Do you? Ready for BTC to go back to regular versus gold? What's regular? TK, that's what we're waiting for. Hamza 4 hour looking strong so far. It is. Are you looking for buys? Was, but no upper wick. MG472, because if you were to look to the left of the charts here, and that one I did take, but it did have a slight wick on my broker's chart. And even that rejected. A lot of these candles that don't have wicks, for instance, to the upside, are followed by candles that close back in the opposite direction. It's just a fact. A lot of time that's what happens. Yeah, that's just experience and time on the charts. Opposite to the other opposite direction, so it doesn't always happen, but there's a good chance it will. I mean, here to the downside twice, no low wick, basically price pop back up. So it's just from time on the charts and seeing generally what happens after that sort of confirmation when it doesn't have the wick prior to looking for the entry. And by having that particular rule, it would save me from taking some losses. It means, yes, I miss out on some wins, but the probabilities to me are probably like 50-50. And I'd rather trade with, 80+% probability. And that's a good question. That's what I like to answer those sort of questions. MG472. Okay, so next candle will move down to almost complete the move from the... look, not necessarily. Again, it can still continue bullish. I'm aware of the fact and I just need to accept it. But look what it's doing just now. Looks like it's really struggling. So a lot of time what happens in this sort of situation, once you have a candle closing like so, is from experience again, the following candle tends to pop straight up. And it's kind of like the residual volume left over right at the very end of this candle that obviously just closed prior to that volume kicking in. And then what it tends to do is pop back down and end up closing back bearish. And sometimes you might get lucky when it pops up. It might pop up to the point you can secure some profit, but it's just not a strong enough reason for me to take the trade, to be honest. So Nachillis, good day to you. Success Life, maybe sell. Sells for me are not until, so I can just remove this. So now, not until back below 41.52.70. Look for now buys from above this point on the pullback. Herbert 60 sells. No, again, it's not just at a particular level. I'm good. It's just based off price being at a round number or whatever. It has to be at a particular level. So for me now to sell, it's either going to be back below 52.70 or at the resistance. MG472, not a problem. Happy to answer that question for you. What's going on YouTube? There's 77 of you on the stream. Make sure to hit like button, please. How are we going currently? Anyone currently in any trades? Let me know. Kellen Cole. His gold trade 24.5. No holidays off. No, it does. The markets does close. Do close. For, if I'm not mistaken, is it an hour or 45 minutes or something of a day? 20 minutes. I can't even remember, to be honest, because I never look at the charts at that point in time. Either way, but before Asian Open, the markets do close on gold each day. Gold and silver. I'm not sure if it's the other precious metals, to be honest, or yeah, I'm not sure if platinum, that type of thing. I don't have no idea if they close as well. Peace Roberts in 19 trade. No problem. Thank you for answering. KWS Multimedia. Yes, I am in a trade from 414784. Nice one. Just don't give back on the profits. You're in some nice profit there, mate. Kellen, how does the holiday affect it tomorrow or today? Well, it just means that it could be a lack of liquidity during the MI session. So there will be a lack of liquidity. So it could be a little bit unpredictable. Not that moves are generally predictable, but often you'll get what happens is price will spike up quickly or down quickly because there's less liquidity. So it tends to skip some pips in that, which sounds good because it might move quick, but other times it just consolidates and does absolutely nothing. But from what I have seen during these types of days, it's just very all over the place, very unpredictable, and for me, I'd rather not trade it personally. So if I did trade MI session, it would not be today, no way. Luckily for me, bank holidays, I mean, unless it's the UK, don't really affect what I would do with trading gold around this time of day. MG472 looking for a buy at 48 area. Okay, back down to support, that's all right. Van Payne, today you got LDR. You mean London? Sobo 10, 400. I bought at 4167, waiting to break even. I'll take some profit before the bank holiday. You bought it 67 or sold? You bought it 67. Oof. I wish you luck. Gobi Liao, thank you for sharing live. Miguel, I just closed my orders. I was on a lot of buys from entry at 4145, closed at 4160. Not a bad idea, my friend. Good work. Kellen, I see an option to go short on GJ. Not sure if you see it or not, but I might take it. Take a while. Trades play out. Let me look at GJ. I see GJ is crash. Honestly, it's just consolidating. In this situation, I'd rather it just either pop up to the high, reject, pop back down to the support, bounce off it, or leave the range. That's what I'd wait for personally in this situation. To be honest, charts aren't looking good at the moment. Cape the Goat, pre-London buyers been looking good for an hour. The hourly was the best looking time frame for sure. It's no upper wick is what put me off. We had a good day yesterday. Need to be patient and see if something presents. Yesterday we got trade in the first 5 minutes of the stream. Luckily I started the stream early as well yesterday, 5 minutes early. It's me, Peanut. I'm a starter, and is it a fact that sometimes it takes a while before entry because it's not clean what to do? Correct, 100%. Yeah, I remember you were quite new to trading from last time you were in the chat. Yeah, I mean, price action is not always clear, not always clean. For instance, consolidation here, a lot of time it means it's going to make a move, but when to take the move, do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to predict this sort of price action. So in this situation, you need to wait. I know one of my members took a trade today, continuation session off that confirmation. That is a cracking entry. That is the pinnacle and the pin-up of the zone to zone entry. Absolutely perfect consolidation. So instead of chasing it from the consolidation, waited for a closure below the support. More done it. Actually waited for it to retest and then set the sell stop back below low. That is such a high probability entry. And that is probably the highest of all in regards to probability. As long as you got clean traffic to the left, which definitely had rejection of the 4-hour resistance, you close below a support formed on the move to the upside, or on a pullback from the upside. Actually, if retested it and broken through the low, that to me is quality, absolute quality. I was on the charts, I just wasn't. I was uploading, recording, editing. I wasn't paying attention. Did have them on in the background though. Yeah, so that's clear. That type of price action to me is crystal clear what to do. That means you need to wait. This price action wasn't bad, but it just lacked one thing. So without that one thing, which I cannot tick off, that being this leaving an upper wick, that will invalidate the entry for me. And I think it's shown. I think it's justified why, because it looks like we're closing back maybe just another pause candle here. So now let's just measure the margin to the upside. 30 pips. Let's look at the 5 minute again. Yeah, it's a slow trickle up. You know what? You got a 5 minute interruption entry. It's 15 minutes, sorry. This is the delayed one. It's not my favorite. It's me, Pinner, I understand. You get FOMO sometimes. Is this gold? It is gold. Taking the wrong decisions. Yeah, it happens. It's all part of it. Rob Wood was here. Do your members trade Asian? Do you? I sparingly do because I like to do other things of the day. Members, I know of one or two that yes, they would, but most of the members are from a UK based or Europe based. Obviously, it's a bit late for them. All right, so it looks like we're going to close too strong to consider any continuation buy here on the gold. What we could consider is the delayed interruption entry. Now, it's not ideal with the 15 closing back, quite a strong bearish candle. Let's look at the 30 here just quickly. 30 is closing weak. 1 hour's pulling back. Let's look at a 4 hour. 4 hour still looks okay in my opinion. So your potential entry is literally the interruption. And that is the high of this bearish candle. Stop would be back below the low of that bearish candle. On my brokerage chart, that high is 41.58.23. And that is 48 pip stop. Yeah, so the delayed interruption entry is valid here on the M15. So well, crashing straight through it though. That's a bit late to set a buy limit. That had to be the order. I've not even got mine in at the moment, to be honest. If you are in it, that's your entry. Stop loss has to be below low. I'm gonna wait. I'm really not 100% keen on it, to be honest. 5 minute pulling back to that support as well. Yeah, but technically speaking, it's pretty much at the entry just now. Emma, it's not a signal service, but I do call my trades when I take them. I was setting it up, but it dropped before I set it up, and now I feel like I've missed it, so I'm not going to force it because that would be FOMO. It'd be controlled, cool, calm, collected. Had a really good streak on the stream and been killing it. Herbert, why do you trade London? Seems to be worse. It's time of day, mate. It suits me. That's why, to be honest. To me, Peanut, what do you think about theory that the money is in the middle? Not sure I've ever heard that theory, to be honest. Unless that means, for instance, consolidation here, that's where liquidity's been built up into the markets. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. Sunny, I was considering the buy limit there, and it's still at entry, but I'm not jumping in because I didn't get the entry set in time. I feel like right now I'd be getting in out of FOMO, so I'm not going to set it. I'm just going to be disciplined and wait patiently. May get the buy option from lower down still. What I do like about it, I do believe that I do still believe this is a pretty high probability buy limit. It's the fact this has no upper wick, and there's a good chance it's going to pull back to create that wick. And that point, you get to break even. You could have about 15 plus pips on the table by the looks of it. Ah, man, here's what it is. Hi, bye now. Success life, crazy gold. Sunny, buys are better than the sells at the moment. It's me, Peanut. Someone told you that? You don't understand? Lucky, that's pretty good, mate. If you've not, you're being disciplined, you've taken a win, enjoy it. Don't force anything else. It's me, Peanut. I like the way you trade, gives me Zen vibes. Been told that a few times, actually. Yeah, you're just gonna be chilled. You really need to be cool, calm, collected. So sometimes, and a few times on stream, I remember last month that happened quite a few times when it was crazy volume on gold. The analysis was perfect. The confirmation was you needed to wait for the very last split second of the candle closure, and the following candle just took off without giving a chance to set the order. Happened quite a few times. I didn't jump in off the back of that. This one's done similar. I was busy setting it up here on the stream, on the actual for the stream itself, without setting it up on my end. And it's in profit, but I'm not in the trade, so all good. No need to force it. There's plenty of opportunities. I mean, profit for the week after yesterday. I've had a fantastic month this month. Yeah, so I just need to be chilled about it. Lockie, well, 15-minute interruption, delayed interruption was valid just there. And had you taken it, you'd be in some profit. Yeah, right now it's difficult. Either pull back to 41.54 for a potential buy, or maybe still might consider buy above the recent local high to potentially claim the Asian range high. But the issue with that is, if it breaks above this candle's high, there is a really good chance it's going to make a deeper push up, and you might not even have the margin to buy it at that point. So let's wait and see, really. Yeah, no need to force it. The volume could be a little bit lackluster today due to the US bank holiday as well. TP would have been would secure some pretty much as it probably breaks the body. Consider securing some as it breaks the high, and then the resistance would be TP. So you'd be at break even now if you are in it, because that's just following the rules. As it flips, you get to break even. You'd have 14, 15 plus pips on the table. Yeah, hopefully some of my guys took it. Good to see it work, nonetheless. Good to see it work. Oh, that's not, sorry. That's the interruption. It's me Peanut yesterday. Because we had to set up the first 5 minutes on the stream, and it played out quite nicely. Played out really well in the end. Yeah, follow the rules and all that. All 4165 short sell for me, scalping 65. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. It's me Peanut, nice. Yeah, Helen last time called out my trade in a chat. The market went against me and screwed my trades. All good, mate. At least you know, giving it a go, I suppose. Yeah, you definitely want to be at break even now, guys. You want to be securing some profit if you did take it. Well done. So the interruption I see play doing its thing again, and you'd learn about this particular entry first on this stream only. I'm going to keep a bit of an eye on the 15 here. See how we close. Blue pips, please can you break down the trade idea for the interruption play? Basically it's an impulse or really strong bullish candle followed by a pause candle, and then eventually engulf that pause candle. So the entry is taken in anticipation of price going to pull back to tap into that candle's high, that being the pause, grab leftover liquidity from that level, orders, and then begin to flip and continue to move to the upside, which is what it's pretty much doing just now. So that is the interruption play. Very simple one to follow. It's a very effective one. Works very well on all different time frames, especially the high time frames. We took it live yesterday on stream for a win to the downside. That was here. This candle tapped in and made the move down enough to secure profit, more than 40 plus pips. I think got to about 50 pips in the end. And similar to today. So alpha entry, really good entry. Blue pips. Yes, there is clean traffic to the left hand side. So yep, that's another reason and added confidence to look for that entry. Alright, so I need to wait for 15 minutes to close here, and I want to see how we close and then see if there could be a potential option. Pull off 2 days of ranging. Could gold break up without sell? Indeed, risky selling until 4185. It could do anything. Saya, g'day to you. Are you in a trade? No, I missed my entry. Took too long to actually set it in limit order. Would have definitely secured some profit as well, but is what it is. All good. Waiting for potential entry still on gold. But again, no need to force anything. To my team, I will try my best to be on a call. Actually, no, it's MY bank holiday. Let's give it a miss today, guys, after the stream. Yeah. I think it's a good day just to chill without the, obviously, with the US banks being closed. So otherwise I was going to jump on to a live market update, but back to that, I think I might not bother. All right, so let's see if this closes weak, very weak bearish here. Pretty much like so. If the following candle open, and this would be intuition more than anything else, because we once again we'll be rejecting the range below, or the level below. Lines up with previous support here to the left. Well, that is the level I've marked in. I was using an explanation from earlier, but I think it's still relevant to even keep it in just now. So we would be rejecting the support to the left, or respecting it actually. If new candle opens up and perhaps does something like this, so this would be pure simple price action. What's going on here? One sec. And nothing else. So took a trade similar to this a couple weeks ago, where the candle opened up straight bearish, and I bought it as it flipped and broke the high of the previous candle. Because if we continue to retest this level only to reject it, at some point there's a higher probability we're going to end up back at that resistance. So that will be down to pure price action at the open of the following candle. Blue pips, look, it may, to be honest, it can be a bit slow, yes. But technically speaking, the London session has the most volume of any of a day. Doesn't mean you get the cleanest moves of a day. So there should still be enough volume to give it a bit of a move. But yes, it can obviously impact it negatively as well. But it's all good. We'll see anyway. We've got candles about to close, so into the pre-London M15 shortly. So it's not going to be valid, but it looks of it, so we are closing back too strong, the downside, and who knows, we could end up back at the support here where there could be a potential option moving forward for a buy. All right, 10 seconds, unless this thing pops back up a bit further, then again it's just a matter of waiting. Yeah, it's not solid enough. I mean, this candle was doing what I wanted to do, but I would have wanted it to be coming from closer to the high of that candle. All right, I'm just going to shift this. Once again, guys, for those who ask me regularly about how do I determine my zones, why I mark up my zones at levels I do, and how I actually go about it, I have a YouTube video dropping in an hour and 15 minutes from now, so make sure to be subscribed to YouTube channel. If you're not, don't stress too much those in TikTok, because I will upload to TikTok probably tomorrow. I have another video planned for TikTok later today. So you guys will get it, but you'll get it a day later. All right, so this rate we're waiting until London open. All right, guys, back in 1 minute. Why FB10 euro is market open? Obviously it's open, but if you're talking about is London session open, not yet. Kellen, I have a potential gold play idea. It might be buy soon. I won't take the trade, but I'll make a call when to buy and sell if you're interested. You can let me know what you're looking at. So gold continues to respect that 30-minute interruption, 15-minute interruption, sorry. Keeps pulling back to tap into it and keeps bouncing off it at the minute. So you would have been taken out break even on the runner if anyone did in fact take the trade. Bull market open only USA, not today. Still open, but the session itself, I mean, the banks aren't open, but you can still trade gold. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like Chase better on TikTok. There is too much delay on YouTube. Really? It should not. There should not be such a delay. It's ultra low latency. It should be like 3 seconds max. Fair enough. Use a buy or sell. at the minute, nothing to be honest. Called a buy, but unfortunately I just did not get to execute upon it myself in time. But it would have been a successful buy if anyone did take it. GB lock Bell Vision. Morning to you. You're an XAUUSD sell. TP 4147, entry 4161, stop loss 4170. Think it's decent trade. Entry 4161. Look, it depends why you took the trade. If it's a decent trade, if you're following your plan and you had a reason to take the entry, because that's all you can do as a trader. As far as the level you got in at, I'm not 100% sure why you just took it at that point there. Again, you may have had a catalyst. For me, there is no reason at the moment to take the sell. As far as your levels though, your stop loss placement's good. I wouldn't trust it if it started to pop above that point. Your TP was 47. Yeah, I think that's pretty good too. Back of this support, yeah. Yeah, your levels are alright. I'm not sure, again, what made you take the entry at that point, but you might have had a reason, so I'm not saying it's a stupid entry or anything. But for me, I would have rather to wait for price to pop back up to this resistance to sell, or back below this support. That's just the way I do it. So I would rather sell it from lower down than your entry if I get the right confirmation, or higher up. KWS Multimedia. Yeah, personally I don't think there is a buy just now. Chase, you're currently on both, but choose. Nice one, appreciate it either way. Appreciate the support no matter which way you choose. Blank, what's your opinion on swing trade buy here? Stop loss 147. Stop loss 147 for a swing trade. Your swing trade, you're looking more to the higher time frames, and you're gonna have a wider stop. I mean, you stop, I would minimum have it below the 4-hour support, and that's a pretty tight stop for a swing trade. 42.01, pretty small target for a swing as well. Yeah, I mean, it's a realistic level. 42 flat, 42.07 even. Not a bad option, but the reason why I say it's not a bad option is because you continue to form support here on a 4-hour. It is above a previous resistance here to the left. The structure on a 4 hours bullish. You have counter probabilities being to the upside, but it has a lot of work to do to get it past this 41.70 sort of region. It keeps rejecting it. It's rejected it on how many wicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 attempts here on the 4-hour time frame, and it's rejected each time. So seeing we're in an uptrend, the more it taps into it, the more likely I believe it will break eventually. So again, off the back of that, I don't think it's a stupid idea. I really don't think it's a bad idea. Not something I'll be doing, but as far as looking for a slightly longer term perspective of things, you're counting on this support holding though. So again, I personally have the stop loss below it. And then you're also counting on it just breaking through this resistance, and at the moment it's just stuck in a range, so bit of an arm wrestle. Thanks for the look. Gonna keep risk management. Sure. No, pleasure, mate. Pleasure. Ben, can you look at the 4-hour bearish trend line from all-time high? Don't use trend lines. I see what you mean. Again, trend lines are subjective, and that's something I've mentioned in the upload for the zone markups video as well, guys. It's subjective, so there is no real right or wrong. It's just what works for you. Trend line, I would attach bearish to bearish. If you're using a trend line, and I mean, this is old school. When I was swing trading, what I'd be looking for is closure out of it, pull back, retest, form support, enter, or once again closure out of it, pull back, close back below and then likely to sell off. So it's at a bit of a breaking point, but why I don't use trend lines is because for the most part the zones line up with them. You can see here pretty much lines up with it perfectly. So that's why I don't use them. And I understand some might think it's bearish in structure off the back of that. I believe it's bullish in structure. But again, it's the beauty of trading. Everyone can have a different perspective of things and we can both be winners. So anyway, back to the 15-minute time frame. We are just under 5 minutes away from London Open. Charts are trash at the minute. It's not much happening. G block Vel Vision, you follow your plan. Nail and Bell set up for me. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, that's all you can do if you're following your plan and you have a valid entry. Once again, I do believe your levels aren't bad. So yeah, but again, is it a trade I would have taken? Personally not. I would have waited for it to pop up higher or below that support to sell it. But doesn't mean it's a shit trade. Like I said, it just means you're following your plan, and hopefully it's off the back of enough data to suggest it's a high probability entry. And once again, I wish you luck. Hopefully you make some nice profits from it. All right, just under 3 minutes until session open. I mean, for there to be any buy right now, it needs to really begin to move here to the upside. Otherwise, it's just a matter of waiting still. Yup, today's bank holiday. Is that good for trade? Not really, to be honest. But again, it's a US bank holiday, so London is technically speaking has the most volume of any of the major Forex sessions, that being obviously Tokyo, London and New York. But doesn't mean you get the cleanest moves, and doesn't mean that gold, you know, is, to be honest, I still find, generally speaking, good moves. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be trading. But there's no doubt this year Asian session's been where it's at, in my opinion, for the gold. 2 minutes, guys. From a crypto trader's perspective, this looks interesting. Zero. Fair enough, mate. It's well, very similar to Bitcoin, I suppose. Obviously, Bitcoin is a larger asset class. Assuming it's a larger market cap. Not sure anymore, to be honest. But it's, yeah, basically it's very similar. I have tried it in the past, but I just don't have the time to continue it with the crypto. But price action is price action, so it should work across the board. I'm long from 4144, targeting for our high liquidity. That's a good target. Yep. A nice one, mate. You're in a really nice position, so just don't give it back. Personally, I'd be trailing the stop maybe to below swing points, and that way you're still going to end up in profit. You go about it the way you want to go about it. Under 1 minute, guys, until session open. Let's quickly look at GJ as well. At least it's trying to make a move back down to a level of interest, but at the minute it's still essentially in consolidation. Not much is happening on GJ. Quickly look at GU. Haven't really paid any attention to it today. Also a bit of a pullback phase. Structure's definitely bearish on the 15. Very choppy traffic to the left. For me, the entry point for GU is to the upside. It's above 132.448 to be exact. rejection of that point, and we're likely heading back down to retest the daily low. Alright guys, not going to be a valid entry. The back of this closure, 10 seconds. So the main difference is the stock market stability. Yeah. That's stocks. I mean, gold is, again, it's a different beast to equities. The indices are volatile as well, especially obviously NASDAQ. German 40 is normally going bananas at this time of day. Not at the moment. But they're closer to your cryptos, the indices and the way they move. For someone like you, maybe gold is very slow, you might think, but for us, for me, I look at currency pairs like they are turtle pace compared to gold. Gold can really shift when it wants to. Felipe, 1 hour is gonna break bullish structure. The 1 hour structure, technically speaking, at the moment is bearish. So to break structure bullish, has to close above the resistance. BMK, I love your analysis. Respect others in chat. I mean, no ego. Talk like others on TikTok. All good. Well, you gotta have respect. I mean, I give it back sometimes, but it's a bit of fun and games. But everyone trades their own way, so not everyone's gonna agree with what I do. That's fair enough. Look at gold now. Some of you are gonna be looking for buys, and that's fair enough. But it's from well too far below. Look at it pump. Wow. Doesn't look like it's gonna be my day in regards to a potential entry. But again, it is what it is. I need to be aware of that and just not chase it. And that's exactly what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to chase. Still respecting that interruption. A little pause candle. Holding strong. Felipe, now bullish, new bullish structure. Zero gold is politically charged. It's changed. Happen randomly. That's true. It is I believe highly manipulated. Not, look, I suppose on the other side of it, it's highly influenced by the big bullion banks as well, so not just politics and things like that. It all depends on whether they are naked short or long, and for the most part they're short. Gold's pumping. Oh well. Hey man, hey bro, just want to say that these streams are really useful. Last week I was taking 5+ trades a day. This week I've taken 2 and had good win and small loss. Your discipline has taught me a lot. Nice one, mate. Glad to hear it. Really happy to hear it. Get some really nice messages from some of you guys as well away from the stream, and glad to see that I've actually made a difference in, you know, some respect to your trading, whether it be discipline, whether it be adding confirmations to entries or trade management, things like that. Yeah, at least it makes it worthwhile. Twin, excuse the pronunciation. Good day to you. Welcome. J Block Vel Vision. That's it. That's all you can do as a trader, irrespective of my belief, someone else's belief, and you guys hear it always on the regular. Yesterday took the sell, and there was some smartass in the chat saying you have no idea, you're gonna get wrecked. But I didn't listen to that person. I took my trade, took my money, got out. That's what I mean. Just follow your plan, no matter what someone else is telling you. You've done your own homework and you trust yourself. Should be good enough reason to enter the trade. Kellen, I wonder if we have any impulse traders going right now. Some will be. Yep, some will be. Look, in the past, I would have. Years ago, 6-7 years ago, probably would have wanted to jump in for sure. I would have lost patience. I would have done everything right until basically session open and thought, right, I got to pick a direction and just literally just roll the dice or flip the coin, heads or tails. It was like that, in all honesty. It was like the casino. KWS Multimedia, I doubt it, to be honest. I really struggle on Fridays for time. But I won't completely write it off. I'll see. Trade Delicious, good day to you. Gold making its move. But again, there is no confirmation for me, so I can't do much about it. Zero, the insights, they are always printing. Bell print, I entered at 4192 almost 15 minutes ago. That could not have been correct. Oh, you're talking about futures, perhaps. Is that the price of futures? This is delayed. The futures fee is delayed here. I do not have TradingView Pro. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. You're probably correct, but this is spot gold, so it's a different price. You're on Top Step. Is that not a futures prop firm? So you'd definitely be trading futures. Yeah, it's a different price, mate. So I've had a pretty good run with finding quality entries on stream of late. Today, it's like it could be a bit of a struggle. The quality entry has come and gone. And that was the interruption entry, which once again I was just a tad too late to set the order. Braxton futures at 4194. Yep, so it makes sense. Bowl Prit, all good. I wonder if the futures contracts in silver is still lower than the spot price. I'm not even sure what the futures ticker is for silver. So your question, out of all the Forex pairs, is there a specific reason or reason why you trade? I don't trade it, to be honest. I used to. The reason why I did used to trade it, because it used to move with quite a lot of volume, being exotic, so cross. I used to find it gave some really nice moves, but I stopped trading it because of late GJ has just pretty much done a lot of this during London session, just pure trash consolidation, and it stopped trending for the most part. And I just decided just to stick to gold. It may mean I don't trade every day, but I've become a lot more familiar, a lot more comfortable with gold. Just rather focus on that. But yeah, as to why I trade GJ, because for the most part I used to give some really nice clean moves with a lot of volume. Another one that is similar, EA, was another one used to give some nice clean moves. I'm not traded that for probably about 4 years now though. GU to me is very slow. Majors in general, very slow. Good for someone new, I believe, to focus on maybe GU, AU, EU. Don't need to focus on all of them because they'll, generally speaking, move the same direction for the most part. SL for silver futures. Or SI. SI. SI, yeah. Alright, so it's gone above spot price. For quite a while, it was below it. So that is very unusual when the futures price is below the spot price. It rarely happens. Gold's still struggling. It could be the lack of volume with US bank holiday. I'm not sure, but it's not great at the minute, to be honest. Closure above. There is no entry to the upside now because there is no margin. See, not a problem, mate. All good. Alright guys, I'm not going to get an entry. I can see it. There's no way, because I need to wait for it to... The only way I get involved moving forward, and like I'm not going to happen for a while, is if price taps into the resistance and rejects. It's distance off. Even if it did it in this candle, there's still no entry until at least minimum 15 more minutes after that. I just don't see it happening. Otherwise, what I'd be looking for is pull back buys. 4154. Look for some support to form and buy from that point there, or pop below the support, and that's where the sells will be, in my opinion, more probable. But just don't stress it, guys. Again, it is an MY bank holiday. Don't do anything stupid. Maybe best just to chill for today, let the markets do their thing, come back tomorrow. I'll see if I can make the stream tomorrow. I'll try my best. Can't promise it though. But don't forget, guys, YouTube, I will be dropping a video. It's scheduled to be released at the turn of this hour, so make sure to have your notification bell ticked and have a watch of the video. Please leave a comment as well if you could. Once again, it's a video about how I mark up my zones and why I mark them up like the way I do. It's a question I get asked nearly every single stream, so those on TikTok, have a think about make sure to subscribe to YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'll likely drop it on TikTok tomorrow. I have a short fragrance review to be dropped soon, later this evening my time. Please keep an eye out on that. Those of you on TikTok, give it a like, give it a watch, leave a comment, and yeah, have a good one, guys. Might see you tomorrow. If not, have a great weekend. Trade safe. My team, I will definitely be in contact with you guys. We'll chat about things, and I'll catch you guys later on. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Until next time, go well, my friends. Bye, team.